Hello, I'm Dana, a yoga teacher. I have an assistant with me today. He's 3 years old and he is rocking this pose right now. Today we're going to do a little joyful strength and stretch. This is something short and sweet. You can do it pretty much every day. In the morning, at night, before you go to bed, just whenever you would like. So Austin's going to join me here. Now we're going to sit down on our bottom. Oops. We're going to fix your mat though. There you go. You ready? So you're going to sit up nice and tall. No, you're going to sit down. Sit down. But dude, hey, look at me. You're going to sit nice and tall though. There you go. Good job. You can close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Good job.
Eyelids.
We're going to bring all our attention to our breathing. We're going to pretend we have a balloon in our belly. Hey, do you have a balloon in your belly? No. I have one in my belly.
I do. No, not.
All right, you ready? We're going to inhale through our nose. We're going to inflate the balloon. And then exhale. Let all the air out. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Nice deep breath in. Fill up the balloon. And then exhale. Now let yourself just breathe normally. Do a quick body scan. Start from the top of your head all the way down and just note any areas in your body that might feel really tight or tense. We tend to hold stress in our body that way. Sometimes we're not even aware of it until we stop and pay attention. So if you do feel any tightness, clenching, tension, with each exhale, I want you to think about just softening that area. So breathe in, and then exhale, release. And I'll give you a few seconds to do that. All right, you may open your eyes. Austin, you were an awesome assistant. Doing a good job, high five. Well, I'm back. My toddler assistant decided to move on to better things, and that is okay. So we're going to come to your feet and stand at the top of your mat. We're going to come to what we call mountain pose. Seems like we're just standing, but we're not. We're actually thinking about engaging from our feet all the way to the top of our head. Just think of pressing your feet into the floor. They're about hip distance apart and your toes are pointed in front of you. Feel the engagement in your legs as you feel that energy coming from the bottom of your feet. And then just kind of follow all the way up. Draw the navel into the spine, shoulders are down. Your ears are over your shoulders. We're practicing good posture. We're going to start by inhaling, so we're going to reach up. And then exhale, slight bend of the knees. We're going to do a forward fold. Let all the air out. Inhale, just come up about halfway. Feel an extension in your spine. Exhale, we'll come back to our forward fold. And then plant your hands on the outside of your feet, and we're going to step back into a plank pose. So this is the full version of plank, which is basically a sideways mountain pose. So you're lifting that area between your shoulder blades, and we're trying to keep everything in line. Or you can bring those knees down. So either way works, whichever you prefer. You can just draw that navel into the spine. No matter where you are, go ahead and come to your knees if you're not there already. And then as you squeeze your arms into your ribs, go ahead and just lower yourself down slowly. So use those arm muscles. Don't let gravity take over. Press the top of your feet into the mat. And then as you inhale, just do a little lift, opening the heart space, arching the back. And then exhale, bring it down. We're going to come all the way through. All fours. Tuck the toes underneath. And then you're going to lift your hips up and over, bringing your ears between your elbows, nice downward facing dog. Moving your heels toward the mat. We have a straight line from the top of our head all the way through our tailbone. And if going upside down doesn't feel good to you, if you're prone to vertigo, you're welcome to come to a child's pose, which is what we're going to come to next. But you can pedal your feet, straighten one leg, bend the other. Just alternate back and forth. And then go ahead and bring both heels toward the mat. Bend the knees, slowly lower yourself down. I like to bring my knees a little bit wide for this part. So bring the knees wide and the big toes together. And then you're just going to sink back, moving your tailbone towards your heels, reaching your fingertips forward, and hold this. This is our child's pose, one of my favorites. Go ahead and come through to all fours. Bring those wrists under your shoulders, knees under hips. And now our legs are about hip distance apart again. So we're going to do a little thing we call threading the needle. So if I'm mirroring you, take your left hand, place it down. And then you're going to inhale, just twist open. If you need to watch me first, you can. So open the ribs up to the opposite side. And then as you exhale, take that arm and bring it through this opening you've made. And you can bring the arm down as much as you want to go. So listen to your body. You can come all the way down, bring that shoulder, let it make contact with the mat, and then you can take that top arm and straighten it out. So just hold it here. Release it through, just bring the arms straight. We're going to just very briefly do what we call a puppy pose. So it's like a child's pose, but we have our hips elevated and we're stacked over our knees. Your forehead can make contact with the mat. And then from here, go ahead and come back through all fours. We're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So now place your right hand in the middle and then open up to the left side. And then exhale, bring that arm through that opening. Come down as far as you want to. Okay, release it, just come back to all fours. We're gonna do a little cat and cow. So again, stack those wrists under your shoulders. You're going to take a breath in, just drop that belly down, arch the back, and look toward the front. Just hold this for a couple breaths. And then exhale. Draw the belly button up toward the ceiling. Create a C shape with your spine. So tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. You look like you're a cat ready to pounce. And now we're going to move through at ease in the breathing. So when you inhale, come to cow pose, which is the arched back version. And then exhale, come to cat pose. Inhale. And exhale. Just repeat that a few times on your own. Right after this last one, go ahead and come back to that neutral side. We're going to tuck the toes under. Go ahead and lift up again, very briefly, downward facing dog. And then bend the knees, look forward at your hands, and then just with the hips lifted, we're just going to walk back to the top of our mat and then roll up slowly until the last thing that comes up is your head. Give yourself a little shoulder roll here. And now let's repeat the little sun salutation is what we call this. So come back to mountain pose. Take a breath in, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, bring it down. Step back to plank. Hold it for a few breaths. And you're welcome to come to the knees and then lower yourself down as we did the first time, or you can shift your body forward and then again just using those triceps. Come down about halfway, put the top of your feet onto the mat and then lift up. This is upward facing dog. So the only thing touching the mat is the top of my feet and my hands. Then from here, go ahead and just come to all fours. Tuck the toes, come back to downward dog. That's right, I said dog, y'all. All right, brief interlude there as I let my dogs finish their singing. From here, take whatever leg is toward the back and you're gonna lift the knee, bring it towards your chest. Bring your body through to a plank pose as you bring that foot down. So we're coming into a lunge position. You can go as deep as you wanna go. You can stay on the ball of that back foot or come to the knee. So opposite arm, then that leg that's in the front, we're gonna place it down. And then I want you to open up toward the bent knee, twisting. You can lift the arm or put it on your hip. Exhale, bring it down. And now, we're all gonna bring our knee down. Just feeling the stretch. It's a really, really good stretch for the hips. It's where we get really, really tight. If you want to come up just a little bit, put the hands on the knees. Or if you have blocks, I didn't get my blocks out today, but you can put them right here underneath your hands. Just hold the stretch. Optional little thing you can do here, clasp your fingers together and then straighten the arms, open up the chest. And you can even do a little lean forward, taking it a little bit deeper. And then release it. Now we're going to come to a pigeon pose. So I'm going to show you all the full pigeon pose, but I'm going to give you another option if this is just not available to you today. So take this is my left foot. I'm not sure what foot you have in the front. You're just going to walk it over to the right side of the mat. So I'm here, and then just place the leg down, keeping those hips squared toward the mat. This is how you get into this pose. And we're going to hold this, but let me show you a different version first. So this is option 2. You can come to your back, cross one leg over the other. You got your ankle on top of that opposite knee, foot is flexed. So you can hold it here, kind of just push on that knee, or you can grab the back of the bottom leg and just pull it towards your body. So that's option 2. I'm going to come back to this version. This one's more intense because you're putting more of your body weight into it. So again, if you're not used to this, don't force it. This could be kind of what you work toward, because most of us have really tight hips. But you can lean over into it, come into your forearms, or even straightening your arms all the way, pointing your fingertips forward. Just hold it and breathe. You can pause this, hold it as long as you'd like. I would do this every single day, but depending on how much time I have, I might hold these poses a little bit longer, or it might be just quick and simple, just something to help me feel good in the morning. Just take that back leg and you can curve it in. You're gonna lift your hips, lift the arm, and then exhale, bring it down. And then we're going to turn around. So face the other side of your mat. Come to all fours. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Take the opposite leg. Bring it into your chest. So whatever leg you didn't do the first time, you want to do it this time. So bring it into your chest. Come through plank. Plant it. Find your lunge. We're going to do our little twist. So bring that opposite hand down to the mat. And then open up from the ribs up toward the opposite side. So whatever side that bent knee is on, you're gonna open up to that side. Exhale, bring it down. Then bring that back knee down if it's not there already. Do your version of this, so you can stay here or come here. Feel and stretch. Option to bring those fingertips behind you. Clasp them together, straighten the arms, lean into it, lean forward into it. And it goes without saying with any kind of practice like this, the important thing is not how you look in the pose, but how you feel it in your body, because that's really the point of it all. Go ahead and release those arms. We're going to find pigeon pose, so whichever version you would like to do. If you're in this position, go ahead and bring that foot to the opposite side of the mat, over the knee, and just get into it. Hold it and breathe. Again, you can pause it if you want to. We're going to go ahead and come out of it. And come to that opposite hip. Bring that other foot behind you. Lift it up. Just a little brief stretch here. And then bring it down. Bring that leg around. And then bring those feet out in front of you. Once you're here, we're going to sit nice and tall. Inhale and reach it up. And then exhale, a little fold over those legs. Exhale, bring it back up. We're going to go ahead and find your back, so go ahead and lay down however you want to get there. Once you're here, drop your knees to your chest. It's like you're giving yourself a big hug. And then we're going to make our way to a bridge pose now. So bring the feet back to the mat. And then bring your hands beside you, pressing your palms into the mat. First of all, just feel where your feet make contact with the floor. And then using your legs, not just your bottom, we're going to lift our hips up in the air. Press the back of the head into the mat as you do so. And then come up as far as you feel you can go. Even kind of bringing those shoulders underneath you a little bit. You can hold this, and then when you're ready, lower yourself down. I'm just going to show y'all something else. So when you do lower yourself down, come down one vertebrae at a time. A different option you can do here, again, depending on where you are in your practice, you can come up into a wheel pose. Just lift up into a back bend. I'm not going to hold that very long, but I prefer that just because I did grow up in gymnastics and loved it. I try to keep some of the skills I had. Go ahead and bring your knees in, give yourself a hug. And then rock back and forth. Feeling that on your lower back. And then stop in the center. And then keep that right knee hugged in. You're just going to straighten the left one. Hold this stretch first. You can even move your leg around a little bit, just again, whatever feels good to you right now. And then whenever you're ready, take that right knee and you're gonna bring it to the left side of your body. And as you do that, extend the right arm out beside you. And you can even look over toward that right hand. So we're doing a full spinal twist right here. You don't have to keep that bottom leg straight. I end up bending it automatically because that just feels better. All right, and release it. Bring those knees back to the center. Deep breath in and out. Now, straighten the right leg. Hold the left knee in. Doing a nice little stretch here. And now, take the left knee, bring it to the right side. Bring that left arm out beside you. Look over that your left shoulder. And then from here, go ahead and come back to neutral. Just bring those feet to the floor. You can stay here with your knees bent. And bring your feet out a little bit wider, or about as wide as your mat. And have your knees pressed, just kind of resting against each other, and open your palms. So this is one way you can do Savasana. Or if you want to lay down all the way, if it's comfortable to you, extend those legs out straight, but just let them fall naturally. You tend to turn out a little bit. Open your palms. Let your eyes close. I like to end the practice with just stillness, stopping to breathe, which is so powerful. It's a good habit to create in your life, just having these moments to stop and breathe. Feel your muscles just kind of melt into the floor. Just letting everything relax. I'm going to leave you here today. Thank you for joining me. Again, just stay here as long as you'd like to. And I hope to see you again soon. Ready, Austin? You gonna do this with me? Actually, let's stand right here in the middle. Here, you can stand in front of me? Or you can stand there.
And I need my book.
You're gonna need your book. Good job, high five. Alright. Now, we're gonna breathe in.
Can we get a key card?
No, we're not gonna play with RC cars right now.